Breaking news coming in. This is a Headlines Today exclusive news break. We've been able to access the United States State Department visa application document, which is a temporary work visa application of Indian diplomat Devyani Khobragade's maid, Sangeeta Richard. The form seeks details of the employer in the United States. The form shows Devyani Khobragade as employer. The maid has filled the salary of her employer, that is Devyani, as $4,500 US. Devyani's contention: the prosecutor erroneously read this as the maid's income. Sources also telling Headlines Today that the US built the entire case without cross-checking facts and may have made a monumental error in the information that was processed in the application form, the details of which are first and exclusive here on Headlines Today. Accessed by Strategic Affairs editor Gaurav Sawant, who's with me in the studio for this exclusive news break. Gaurav, just take us through what these details mean. What are the implications of the possibility that the federal structure in the United States may have completely misread that information and processed it, leading to this situation?
Shiv, the case that Preet Bharara has made out against Devyani Khobragade is that of underpaying her domestic help. But if you go through these documents carefully, and Headlines Today has been painstakingly trolling over these documents, you come to the conclusion that this is the employer's salary and not the employee's salary. And this perhaps is where the crux of the matter lies. In fact, even Devyani Khobragade's lawyer in New York has made this point. The entire case was built around the fact that, built erroneously around the fact that Devyani Khobragade was to pay the domestic help, Sangeeta Richard, the nanny, $4,500 per month.
Yes.
Now, how is that possible when she herself makes $4,500 a month? That is the case that Devyani Khobragade is making through her lawyer. And when you go through these documents, it very clearly indicates it's the employer's salary, which is $4,500, and not the maid's salary. The maid's salary is $1,600 odd, and which too is split in several ways in terms of how much money does she get in the US, how much money does she get in India, how much money does she get in terms of the phone calls she makes home, the place where she stays, the food that she eats, and so on, which was pre-decided between Devyani Khobragade and Sangeeta Richard.
So Gaurav, this means, correct me if I'm wrong, that the United States State Department will now have to clarify about what appears to be a glaring error then.
It indeed does, and this also goes to indicate that the State Department, for some reason, as good diplomats do, did not take India into confidence in this case and clarify the matter, because India was repeatedly and regularly in touch with the United States from June 28th onwards, when Sangeeta Richard went missing in New York. Now, India is well aware that there is a racket on in the United States of America. There are other diplomats who've suffered in the past. Several Indian ambassadors in the past have tried to sensitize the United States about this, but for some reason the US built a case against a diplomat, did not take India in the loop on this, even though there was a legal procedure that was underway in India. The US embassy in Delhi was well in the loop. What has hurt India even more is the fact that the US embassy actually used a MasterCard to and claimed a tax rebate on tickets that they bought for Devyani Khobragade's maid's husband and children, flying them out of India, even though they should have been aware of the facts of the case, Shiv.
So these are the facts of the case. More information coming out about the visa application form, throwing up several new questions now to the US, putting the ball squarely once again in the US court. We will try and get a response both from the United States Embassy as well as this US State Department, all of this being very closely tracked by Gaurav Sawant and his team of reporters who will be updating the story in the next run of this story. We'll get you a reaction perhaps from the United States. Moving on right now.